Hello everyone. Welcome back to another lecture on reasoning ability and problem solving. In today's lecture, we will discuss some exercises questions from data sufficiency test. Now we know that in totality we have two types of data sufficiency. Type 1 we discussed is based on two statements, correct? Based on two statements. And type 2 is based on three statements, correct? It is based on three statements. Now, in today's lecture, we will discuss type 1 that is based on two statements, and in the next lecture, we will discuss type 2 based on three statements. Okay? Let us start with this question number 1. So, question number 1 basically states that among 5 friends, each of them have different heights. We have to find who is the second tallest. So in data sufficiency, basically I told you the objective. The objective is to determine the sufficiency of data. Correct? We have to determine the sufficiency of data. That means we don't have to find the answer or the solution. We don't have to find the answer of the solution. We basically have to find out whether these statements are enough to answer the question. Correct? And this is how we approach for data sufficiency. So let us look at statement 1. So according to statement 1, n is taller than m. So n is, I am taking this side to be the taller side and this side to be the shorter side. So according to statement 1, n is taller than m and k is shorter than m. So means I get this, n, m and k. There are 5 friends in totality. So we don't know the two positions, whether they will come here, anywhere. They can come anywhere. So to find the second tallest person, I need some more information, correct? To find the second tallest person, I would require some more information. Therefore, I can say statement 1 is not sufficient. Correct? This is not sufficient. Now, let us look at statement 2. Statement 2 basically says that L is taller than N. So, L is taller than N and J is not the tallest. Not the tallest. Correct? We can say J is not the tallest. Is this information enough to find the second tallest person? No. So 2 alone is also not sufficient. Correct? 2 alone is also not sufficient. Now let me combine first statement with second statement. So this was the information in the first statement. If I combine second statement in the first statement, I get additional position of L because L is taller than N. Correct? Now we know that J is not the tallest. Correct? J is not the tallest. So J can be here, J can be here, J can be here, J can be here. J can be anywhere. J's position is still not definite. J's position is not definite. So now, if J's position is not definite, can I find the second tallest person? No. So even after combining statement 1 and 2, I cannot find the second tallest person. So my answer, if I look at the options, my answer should be that neither statement 1 nor statement 2 are sufficient to answer the question. So I can say that option number 4 says that the data given in both the statements 1 and 2 together are not sufficient to answer the question. This will be my correct option. Option number 4. Clear? Now, question number 2. Question number 2 says, on which day of the week starting from Monday and ending on Sunday of the same week did Sushant visit Chennai? Okay. So basically, we have to start from Monday and end on Sunday of the same week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. We have to identify the day of the week on which Sushant visited Chennai. According to statement 1, Sushant visited Chennai 2 days after his brother visited Chennai. So we just know a relationship that, let's say if brother goes on a day, Sushant will visit after 2 days. Okay. So this is the only relationship that is established. Can it answer the question whether in which day Sushant visited Chennai? No. So this data is not sufficient on its own. Correct? This is not sufficient. Let us look at option number 2. Option number 2 says Sushant did not visit Chennai either on Wednesday or on Friday. So basically it says that Sushant did not visit on Wednesday nor did he visit on Friday. Correct? This is the information that statement 2 gives us. So this alone is also not sufficient to answer whether on which day of the week he visited Chennai. Correct? So now I will look at statement 1 and 2 together. Statement 1 plus 2. So if I combine the both statements, I know that Sushant has visited 2 days after his brother. So first possibility, that brother visited on Monday. So Sushant will visit on Thursday. Correct? This is the first possibility. Second possibility, that brother visited on Tuesday. Then can Sushant visit on Friday? No, because this is given in statement number 2. Now, if the brother visited on, let's say, Wednesday. Okay, brother visited on Wednesday. Sushant will visit after 2 days. That is Saturday. This is also possible. So now, we don't even have to consider the third possibility. We are getting 1 and 2. That means we are getting more than one possibility. I told you that whenever we solve questions for data sufficiency, we should get a definite answer. Correct? We should get a definite answer. It could be in yes or no also. Only when we get definite answer, we can say that the data is enough. So I can say that neither 1 is enough nor 2 is sufficient, and even after combining 1 and 2 together, it is not sufficient. Correct? So if I look at the options, I can say that option number 4, that given data in both statements 1 and 2 together are not sufficient to answer the question. We cannot answer the question even with both the statements. Correct? Now, coming to question number 3. Question number 3, we are given 5 people, M, P, T, R and W, and each of them have a different age. We have to find who is the youngest. Each of them have a different date. We have to find which is the youngest. So, I am taking statement 1. I am taking here we am taking statement 1. This is the oldest, and over here I am taking the youngest. Okay. Statement 1 says that T is younger than only P and W. So if we have 5 positions, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know the position of T will be 3. Correct? 3 from each of these sides. But we cannot determine who will be the youngest. So this statement alone is not sufficient. Correct? This statement alone is not sufficient. Now let us come to statement number 2. Statement number 2 says that M is younger to T and older than R. Again, based on this statement, I cannot identify who will be the youngest because nothing is mentioned about P or W. So I can say this also is not sufficient alone. Statement 2 is also not sufficient alone. Now I will combine these two statements. I will check for statement 1 plus 2. So if I combine this, I can see if T is over here, M will be here and R will be here. Correct? T is over here according to statement 1. So M and R will be over here according to statement 2. Now, in the first place, we can get either P or W. That is not definite. These two positions are not definite. But what do we have to answer? We have to answer who is the youngest. So the youngest member is over here. Correct? This is definite answer. This is definitely correct. This is the definite answer. If the question was asking who is the oldest, then we would not be able to answer because we have two options. But in this particular case, when we are supposed to find the youngest, we get a definitive answer. So basically, on combining statement 1 and 2 together, I am getting my answer. So I can say that statement 1 and 2 both are required to answer the question. So if I look at the options, I can see that option number 5 says that data in both statement 1 and 2 together are necessary to answer the question. This will be the correct answer. Okay? Now, coming to question number 4. Question number 4, how many daughters does P have? We have to answer this question. So, how many? We should get a number. Correct? We should get a definite number. Looking at statement 1. Statement 1 says that K and M are sisters of T. So T's gender is not known, but we know that K is female and M is also female. So K and M are sisters of T. Correct? Moving on to statement number 2. Statement number 2 says, so this is not sufficient. Statement 1 is not sufficient. We cannot definitely say how many daughters does P have. P is not even mentioned. Correct? Coming to statement 2, it says that T's father, so father means male, is the husband of P's mother. So P will have a mother and they are husband and wife. That means T and P are basically siblings. Correct? T and P are basically siblings. Now, based on this information, based on 1 and 2, based on 2, can I find out how many daughters does P have? No. So even based on the second statement, I cannot find the number of daughters of P. So this alone is also not sufficient. Correct? Now if I merge 1 and 2, so I am merging 1 and 2. I am combining these statements. What will I get? I will get that T also has a sibling called P. Correct? T's father is the husband of P's mother. Correct? So they have parents and these are all siblings. So can I answer the question, how many daughters does P have? No. That information is not given either in one statement or second statement. So even after combining statement 1 and 2, I am not able to find the answer. So my option will be that even both the statements 1 and 2 together are not sufficient to answer the question. So if I look at the options, I can say that option number 4, that the data given in both statement 1 and 2 together are not sufficient to answer the question. This will be the correct answer. Clear? Now, coming to question number 5. Question number 5, we have to find out on which day of the week from Monday to Sunday did Arun leave for London. So how many days from Monday to Sunday? So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then we have Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Correct? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Correct? These are the days of the week. Now, Arun did not leave for London during the weekend. That means weekend is Sunday. So Arun did not leave for London on weekend. So Arun did not go on this day. So this is from statement number 1. Statement number 1, can I find out on which day did Arun leave for London? Definitely not. So this is not sufficient. This statement is not sufficient. Correct? Now, coming to statement number 2. Statement number 2 says that Arun's brother left for London on Friday. So Arun, let's say this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Arun's brother left for London on Friday. So this is Arun's brother. Correct? And this is 2 days after Arun left for London. So 2 days after means Arun left on Tuesday. 2 days after Arun left for London. So based on statement 2, can I find the answer? Yes. Statement 2 is sufficient to me to tell me on which day Arun left for London. Correct? So my answer will be that statement 1 alone is not sufficient, but statement 2 alone is sufficient. So if I look at the options, I can see over here that statement 2 alone are sufficient to answer the question, while statement 1 alone is not sufficient. So my answer will be option number 2. Clear? Now, coming to question number 6. Question number 6, we have to identify on which date of the month was Parul born. We have to identify the exact date of the month on which Parul was born. Let us take statement number 1. Statement number 1 says that Parul's mother correctly remember that she was born after 15th but before 21st of April. That means she was born between 15th April and 21st April, correct? She was born 15th April and 21st April. That means she could be born in 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. Any of these dates. She could be born on 16 April, 17 April, 18 April, 19 April, 20 April. So we are getting 5 possibilities. So this statement alone is not sufficient, correct? This statement alone is not sufficient. Now, looking at statement 2. Statement 2 says that Parul's father correctly remembers that she was born after 18th but before 24th of April. So Parul's father is saying that she was born after 18th April but before 24th of April. So what are the possibilities? She could be born on 19 or on 20 or on 21 or on 22 or on 23. So even with statement 2, we are getting 5 different possibilities. So this statement alone is also not sufficient. Correct? This statement alone is also not sufficient. Now, if I combine the two statements, if I take statement 1 plus 2, if I combine the two statements, how many dates can I eliminate? I can eliminate 16, I can eliminate 17, I can eliminate 18. Correct? I can eliminate these many and I can eliminate 22, 21, 23. So how many dates are remaining? 19 and 20. So according to statement 1 and statement 2, Parul could be born either on 19 or on 20. So even now we are getting 2 different possibilities. So I can say that statement even 1 and 2 together are not sufficient to get an exact date on which Parul was born. Correct? How did I eliminate? Now, so according to the mother, this was according to the mother and this was according to the father. So according to the mother, she was born after 15th April and according to the father, she was born after 18th April. So up till 18 I could eliminate, right? And according to the mother, she was born before 21st April and according to the father, she was born before 24th of April. So I could eliminate up till 21st. So the two dates that were left with us were 19 and 20, which we are not sure of. So even data in statement 1 and 2 could not give us the answer. So now if I look at the options, I can see in option number 4, it says that data given in both the statement 1 and 2 together are not sufficient to answer the question because we cannot find the answer. We are still getting 2 possibilities, either 19th April or 20th April. Correct? We are still getting 2 possibilities. Now, moving on to question number 7. In question number 7, we have to find how many marks did Sudhir scored in the maths exam. Okay, so Sudhir is a person who would have probably given a maths exam and we have to find his score. Now, according to statement 1, it says that Sudhir has scored 65% overall. So again, the total number of subjects. Total number of subjects are unknown, correct? But we just known that overall he has scored 65%. This is the data from statement number 1. Is it enough to answer whether how much marks Sudhir has scored in maths? No. So this data alone is not sufficient. Correct? Now, moving on to statement number 2. Statement number 2 says that the difference between Sudhir's marks in maths and English is 12 marks. So again, Sudhir could have scored more in maths and less in English. So the difference, this is from statement 2, the difference was 12, or he could have scored more in English and less in maths, correct? Either of the two possibilities, and the score was 12. So either of the two possibilities are possible. So even with statement 2, we cannot identify Sudhir's scores in maths. So this statement also is not sufficient. Correct? Now, even if I combine the two statements, so I am taking 1 plus 2. So even if I combine the two statements, I just know his overall percentage is 65. But I don't know how many subjects he has given, how many examinations he has given. Again, in statement 2, it is not clear to us whether he has scored more in maths or in English. So even after combining the two, I cannot find the answer. So even after combining the two, I cannot find the answer. That means they are insufficient. So if I look at the options, I can see that option 4 will be the correct answer, because if the data given in both the statement 1 and 2 together are not sufficient to answer the question. Clear? Now, let us move on to question number 8. Question number 8 asks from us, on which day of the week did Mansi take leave from her office? So how many days are there in a week? We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, correct? These are the days of the week. Now, we have to find out on which day did Mansi take leave. If I look at option number 1, it says that Mansi correctly remembers that she took leave from before Friday but after Monday. So she did not take a leave on Monday, correct? And she did not take a leave after Friday. Correct? It says that Mansi correctly remembers that she took leave before Friday. So before Friday, she could take a leave on Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, because she had taken a leave after Monday. So now we are getting 3 possibilities from the first statement, that is Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday. So this statement, is it enough to answer the question whether on which day Mansi has taken a leave? No. So this is not sufficient. Clear? Now, let us look at statement number 2. So again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Statement 2 says that Mansi's friends currently remember that Mansi took leave before Saturday. So that means not on Saturday and Sunday, but after Thursday. So after Thursday means not on Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday and Monday. She took a leave on Friday. Correct? Now, based on this statement, based on statement 2, can I find the answer to the question on which day of the week did Mansi take a leave? Yes. So I can say this is a sufficient statement. Now, let us look at this question. Based on this question, I am getting 3 possibilities over here. That is Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Correct? And over here, I am getting a definitive answer, which is a Friday. So basically, they are contradictory. Over here, we had 3 different possibilities. And over here, this is the definitive answer. But this is not in alignment with these 3 possibilities. Friday was not even considered in option number 1. In statement number 1. So whether this is true or not. Now, as I told you, in data sufficiency, we do not have to find the answer. We do not have to find the solution. We just have to check whether using this data, we are able to find an answer. These answers could be different. For example, let's say in first scenario, we get a definite answer of Tuesday. So now you will say, ma'am, we are getting Tuesday and Friday. We are getting definitive answers, but they are different. So should I mark that both these statements are not sufficient? No. If you are getting answer, that means that much data is sufficient. So if you remember again, the objective is to basically to determine the sufficiency of data. To determine the sufficiency of data. Correct? We are just determining whether the given data is enough or not. We are not really checking the answer. We don't care about the answer. We don't have to solve. We don't have to get a definitive answer. We just have to check whether this data will give us a definitive answer or not. Okay. So in this particular question, the answer will be that statement 2 is sufficient, but statement 1 alone is not sufficient. So if I look at the options, I can see option number 2 says that statement 2 alone are sufficient, while statement 1 is not sufficient. So this will be my answer to the question. Clear? Question number 9. Question number 9. Who among A, B, C, D, E each having a different height is the third tallest? So we have to find the person who is third tallest. So let us look at statement 1. I am taking the taller person over here and the shorter person over here. Okay, this is the direction. Increasing direction. Now, according to statement 1, E is shorter than only B. So E will be over here. E is shorter than only B. That means 3 people will be shorter than E. Because E is shorter than only B. So B is the only one taller than E. So this is what I am getting from statement 1. What do we have to find? We have to find the third tallest. That means we have to find this position. Can we find this position based on statement 1 alone? No. So I can say statement 1 alone is not sufficient. Right? Now, coming to statement number 2. Statement number 2 says that C is taller than only A. So statement 2 says that C is taller than only A. That means A is the only person shorter than C. So I will get 3 positions over here. I have to find this position. Can I find this position using this statement alone? No. So this statement is also not sufficient. Correct? Statement number 2 is also not sufficient. Now let me combine statement 1 and statement 2. If I combine statement 1 and 2, I know B is sitting over here. I can see C, A are sitting over here. The only one remaining is D. So I can place D over here. This will be my final arrangement based on statement 1 and 2. Correct? So by combining statement 1 and 2, I can find the third tallest person, that is D. So my answer will be that statement 1 and statement 2 both are necessary to find the answer. So my answer will be that data in both statements 1 and 2 together are necessary to answer the question. This will be my answer. Okay, let us look at question number 10. Question number 10 says that how many brothers Mary have? Mary is a girl. It is given to us that Mary is a girl. So we have to find the number of brothers that Mary have. According to statement 1, Mary has only one younger brother. That means Mary has only one younger brother. Correct? This is a male. But we don't know how many more brothers Mary have. Mary might have older brothers. Correct? Mary might have older brothers. That is not given to us. How many older brothers does Mary have? Neither it is written that Mary has only one brother. It is written that Mary has only one younger brother. So how many older brother she has, we don't know. So this statement alone is not sufficient. Correct? Now, statement number 2. Statement number 2 says that Mary's father only has one son. Correct? So if Mary's father only has one son, that means Mary will have only one brother. We have to find out how many brothers does Mary have. Mary can have many sisters. But since Mary's father has only one son, Mary will have only one brother. So based on this statement, can we find the answer? Yes. So this statement is sufficient. So my answer will be that statement 1 is not sufficient, but statement 2 alone is sufficient. So if I look at the options, I can say option number 2 says that statement 2 alone are sufficient, whereas statement 1 alone are not sufficient to answer the question. Clear? So these were the questions based on 2 statements. In the next lecture, we will discuss type 2, which is based on 3 statements. So this concludes today's lecture. Thank you.